couple months ago, a company called Monument Pellet Grills sent us an email and said, hey, it looks like you guys have a mild addiction to grills and barbecues and all things that involve cooking over fire. Would you like to test out our new pellet grill that we're about to put on the market? And we said, yeah, I definitely have space for an 8th grill in my backyard. And surprisingly, like 72 hours later, on my front door, I found this. In order to get this pellet grill sent, we promised Monument 2 things. 1, we'd unbox it, do a review, but also 2, we would torture test it against my various other grills. And the loser, well, we're not gonna punish the loser because no grill should ever be punished for its faults, but whatever grill loses the torture test, we're going to improve it and make it better in a very special 0 to awesome way. But the torture test is not happening today, that'll come in the future. Today we're gonna get this bad boy out of the box, get it assembled, set it up. My birthday is actually coming up and we're gonna have like 20 people cooking pizzas at my house, so I think we're gonna try and cook some pizzas on this, but also we're just gonna throw some barbecue on it and see how the barbecue works out. So today, unboxing, setting up, and trying out the Monument Pellet Grill. From what I can tell, it is the 860-30. I don't think there's another name for it, so if you're trying to track this grill down, Monument Pellet Grill, 860-30. Let's get her out of the box, and oh my God, the box is empty. That's probably because I already assembled it. So here's past Alan putting this grill together. That is enough talkie-talkie. Let's do some assembly. And I assembled my other pellet grill by myself, and it was a horrible process, almost crushed myself about a dozen times. So I think I have to assemble this one by myself as well. This feels like a leg. This feels like a leg. Ooh, a little side table or a tray maybe? Not too shabby. Okay, all the parts were in this nice organized container, but they all fell out. Here's some down here. And unfortunately, that container with the parts wasn't here, so I think, yeah, all my parts are down in the auger. This might be a problem. Got another one. I think that was the last one. There's no more rattles. Let's continue the assembly. If you can tell by the carnage on the floor and the assembled grill, you can tell that we are assembled. I haven't fired it up yet, we'll do that in a second, but real quick, a couple notes on assembling it. It was both easier and harder than assembling my last grill, which was I forgot what it's called, Pit Boss. It was both easier and harder than assembling my last grill, assembling the Pit Boss. Having to spend 20 minutes hunting for every nut and bolt made it a little more difficult, but assembly-wise, my Pit Boss came with this thing already attached, and when I first got this out of the box, I thought, oh my God, this is gonna be horrible, how am I gonna attach this? But it actually made assembly easier. When I put my Pit Boss together, it was super heavy because the pellet hopper was already attached, and I had to balance things, and it was just me, and I had to stack stuff on boxes and use jacks, and I dropped it like 2 or 3 times. But actually on this, you build the frame up first, put this on, and then attach the box, and that was actually super easy for assembling it myself. Quality wise, I think it's really the same quality as my Pit Boss. It uses riv nuts to attach a lot of things, which disappointed me in my Pit Boss. Almost every pellet grill I've seen uses riv nuts. I guess it is what it is. Accessories wise, this thing has a lot more accessories for a similar price point. Got some really cool innovations like these oven rack type things. I was a little weirded out by this chimney because you can't adjust the damper, it's just sealed up. But actually I just set my damper on the Pit Boss and have never adjusted it. So I think an adjustable damper that's more for a stick smoker, a traditional smoker. I love this shelf right here, and it swings away, just like so. That's actually something I built onto my big stick smoker, which I guess they copied me, so I need royalties for that, because that was definitely my design like 10 years ago. Some of these features, it's got this little drip rail incorporated. It's got the nice drainage channels to drain all your grease out to your grease catch bucket. The only downside I really see with the design is this is your adjuster to control how much fire you let in and out of your firebox. And that's honestly not a great design. This is gonna get super hot, and most other grills on the market, especially this price point, you're gonna have a lever over here to adjust it, so you don't have to like try and finagle that with tongs while you're cooking. That could be a serious downfall. And speaking of using it, we've got about 20 people coming over in a few hours, so I'm gonna fill this up with some pellets, do a little test burn, get all those shipping chemicals and manufacturing materials out of there, and then we're gonna bake a lot of pizzas on this. Assembling is one thing, actually using it, well, that's what's most important. This is a couple days after the pizza party. We cooked some pizzas on this, we cooked some pizzas on my other pellet grill, we cooked lots of pizzas, lots of different ways, and it did okay on a pizza. We'll talk about that more in the side-by-side comparison that we're going to do at a later date. So right off the bat, you can definitely tell the design language, shall we say, was taken from, well, it was taken from Traeger. These are Traeger colors, and this is not a Traeger grill. Let's look at the functionality. Pretty standard pellet grill setup. You have your hopper controls right here, power, temperature, inserts for probes. You've got a top feeding hopper, which it holds quite a bit of pellets. I think you couldn't do like a 24-hour cook, but you could definitely get like a 12-hour cook out of the amount of pellets that this bad boy holds. Pretty standard. You've got your cord organizer, you've got your little discharge to drain your pellets out of here. Our sidewalls are double insulated. Our hood and our main cooking body are not double insulated, they're just one layer of steel. At least our sidewalls are double insulated. Every pellet grill I've ever seen, for whatever reason, has 2 ports for temperature probes, but only ever comes with 1 temperature probe. So just someone out there, anyone, not even Monument, anyone selling pellet grills, like, if you give me 2 holes for temperature probes, just give me 2 temperature probes. And honestly, the thing that impressed me most is we got 4-wheel drive, baby. Every grill I have, I swear, gives you 2 big wheels and then nothing, just some sticks. This thing is so much easier just to take on a walk because it has 4 wheels. I actually really, really like that. But that's just my opinion, and you know what they say, the proof is in the meat. Or the pudding, or the pudding meat. Yeah, let's throw some meat on here and see how it cooks. For a pellet grill, all you need is electricity and pellets. And also the pellet grill. You need the pellet grill also in this process. But before we get our meat ready, we're gonna get this thing preheated. So I'm gonna turn my power on, set it to smoke, and we're just gonna keep an eye on it and watch and wait until we see fire start coming out of the bottom of this hole down here. This is the victim for our inaugural test run on the Monument pellet grill. A 10.5-pound pork shoulder. Pork shoulders, super easy to cook, hard to mess up, so let's get it ready and let's get it on the grill, which is already heating up. Pretty simple. Step 1. Open my pork shoulder. Step 2, cover my pork shoulder with olive oil. Put a lot of dry rub on my pork shoulder. And then simple enough, our pork shoulder is going on. This tray is actually really handy with the fat side down. Add a little bit of, don't want to waste that flavor. So we've got the temperature we're set to. We're gonna cook at 225. We've got the current temperature. It dropped down a bit because I had the lid open. And then we've got our probe temperature. So we're gonna cook at 225. This thing is about 11 pounds. We're gonna do about half an hour per pound. So we're gonna cook it for 5 to 6 hours or until our internal temperature gets up to, I think, 165. I need to check that for food poisoning purposes. But yeah, we've got 6 hours to let this thing cook. And also, I have to go to the dentist really soon. So next time you see me, I'll probably have a little bit of numb tongue. or numb mouth. Yeah, so that's gonna cook. I'm going to the dentist and we'll see how it turns out. I am back from the dentist. I have a little bit of numb mouth, but none of that matters because I got home and, well, you can't smell this, but it smells like barbecue out here. So let's take a look. It's about 5 o'clock in the evening. I put this on at noon, so it's been cooking for about 5 hours. Should be getting close to getting done. But I set the pellet grill, our Monument pellet grill, to 225, and it's holding pretty close. Let's see what she looks like. Yeah, that's cooking. It's not super smoky in the smoke box, so I don't know. Hopefully it tastes smoky, but we'll give it a couple more hours and we'll see how it comes out. It is time. Let's see how it turned out. Got my pan, I've got my tongs. It's holding right at 225. It's not super smoky in here. Even though it's not super smoky, it looks pretty done. My temperature probe is telling me I'm at the right temperature. One way to know if a pork shoulder is done is if it has a bone in it. The bone should pull out pretty easy. This one's not pulling out very easy. Whatever, let's take it off, let's shred it, and let's go eat some maybe raw pork. We are back outside because it is almost dinner time and that pork shoulder isn't done. So we're going to do the last minute possible dinner thing. The last thing we have left to grill and cook is some sausage. So gonna turn this thing up and we're gonna see how this grill does on just regular grilling. If you're doing burgers, if you're doing sausage, whatever, this is the last test. And I hope this works because I'm getting hungry. Ah! There we go. The sausages are cooking nicely, so it looks like we will get to have dinner tonight. So to wrap up the video, for the price point, I think this thing clocks in $400 or $500. It's a decent entry-level grill. It's built pretty well. The hopper doesn't have a lot of features, but it's straightforward and it works. It holds a decent amount of pellets. I didn't have a problem with it cooking. Nothing burst into flames, which is a problem with some of the more affordable entry-level grills. I like the features that you're gonna get at this price point. I like how it actually has handles. I like how it has 4 wheels. The smoke stopper thing still baffles me a little bit. And the other complaint I have right now is just I don't think it has enough power. We tried to cook some pieces on it. It just took a while. It couldn't get up to temperature. And my pork shoulder, it should have been done by now. I don't think the blower motor, the fan, blows enough air to really get a lot of heat, a lot of smoke, a lot of temperature into the firebox. So for burgers, for hot dogs, for 90% of what people cook, it'll do just fine. For a really nice piece of steak or a really long smoke, it might not be your best answer. That being said, stay tuned for the actual review or the smoke off or the shoot off or whatever off happens, because we are going to put this thing through the test. And until you see that video, just keep in mind that soon I will be able to eat dinner.